With young Sheldon officially wrapped up, fans have been buzzing about the newly launched spin-off Georgie and Mandy's first marriage. The CBS series has taken off with a surprising emotional depth and humor, centering on the next chapter in Georgie Cooper Jr.'s life as he navigates fatherhood, marriage, and the adult responsibilities he never quite expected to shoulder at such a young age. Montana Jordan, who plays Georgie, has matured with the character, evolving from the lovable, sarcastic older brother in young Sheldon to a fully realized man in his own right. His chemistry with Emily Osment's Mandy is effortlessly charming, and their dynamic is the heart of the show. But in a recent interview, Montana Jordan mentioned a character he thinks deserves the next spotlight. And honestly, I totally agree. The underrated star of the Cooper universe, Missy. That's right, Missy Cooper. Montana Jordan didn't hesitate when asked which character should get their own spin-off next. Missy has such a unique voice, he said. She's funny, she's smart, and she's always had to deal with being the only girl in the family. I think there's a lot more to explore with her. And he's absolutely right. Missy Cooper, played brilliantly by Reagan Reverd in Young Sheldon, has long been a fan favorite. She's sharp-witted, confident, emotionally intelligent, and often the only person in the family who can cut through the chaos with a well-timed remark. But she's also had one of the more subtly tragic story arcs in the series. As Sheldon pursued academic greatness and Georgie tried to find his place, Missy often got lost in the shuffle, even by the show itself. Why Missy deserves her moment? Let's look at the big picture. In Young Sheldon, Missy often represented the voice of reason. While Sheldon struggled with social cues and Georgie chased quick cash, Missy was grounding. She was the observer, the emotional glue, the character who, despite having less screen time, managed to leave a lasting impression with just one line or look. The final seasons of Young Sheldon gave glimpses into the struggles she would face as a teenager. There were moments of rebellion, identity exploration, and emotional vulnerability that hinted at a far more complex individual than we were allowed to fully see. And now, with Georgie and Mandy's first marriage continuing to expand the Cooperverse, a Missy-centric spin-off feels not only warranted, it feels necessary. Imagine a show titled Missy, set a few years after the events of Young Sheldon. She's in high school or perhaps early college, navigating life in a small Texas town after the death of her father, George Sr. That loss, a seismic moment in the family, could serve as a powerful emotional backdrop for her coming-of-age story. Unlike her brothers, Missy would be processing her grief without the outlet of a genius mind or a ready-made family. She'd have to carve her own path, and that journey could be endlessly compelling. What her spin-off could look like. Think Friday Night Lights meets Gilmore Girls, but with a Texan bite. A show that balances teen drama, small-town culture, and the complexity of growing up as the other Cooper kid. Missy wouldn't just be a side character anymore. She'd be front and center, facing all the trials of adolescence, friendships, heartbreaks, first jobs, big dreams, and even bigger disappointments. We could see how her relationship with her mom, Mary, evolves after the loss of George. Perhaps Missy becomes more rebellious, pushing back against Mary's strict religious values. Or maybe she leans in, seeking stability in the familiar. Her connection with Georgie, now a young dad, could be another storyline worth mining. Would she resent him for leaving home, or would they find comfort in shared memories of their dad? And then there's Sheldon, far away at Caltech. A few heartfelt phone calls or surprise visits could tie the universe together, with Jim Parsons still narrating from afar. It would be a beautiful nod to the franchise's roots, while allowing Missy to take her well-deserved place at the center of the narrative. Fan demand is already there. Online fan communities have long called for more Missy content. Reagan Reverd's portrayal struck a chord with viewers of all ages. She's relatable and refreshingly real, a character who doesn't try to fit into the mold of the perfect girl or the smart sibling. She's her own person, and that's exactly why fans love her. Montana Jordan backing a Missy spinoff only amplifies that desire. He's seen the impact she's had on set and in the story. When cast members advocate for their co-stars, especially in an industry where competition is fierce, It speaks volumes about the strength of the character and the actor. A spin-off that could redefine the genre. CBS has an opportunity here. The Cooperverse has already proven it can support multiple generations and tones. The Big Bang Theory gave us adult Sheldon and his quirky group of friends, while young Sheldon delivered family drama and Southern charm. Georgie and Mandy's first marriage dives into young adulthood and the pressures of parenthood. Missy could fill in the next piece of the puzzle. What it means to grow up female in a family dominated by big male personalities, in a world that often overlooks girls like her. It could be grounded, smart, emotional, and funny, just like Missy herself. And maybe, just maybe, it would help heal some of the wounds left behind by young Sheldon's ending. We never truly got closure for Missy. Her future was left open-ended. A spin-off would give her a voice, and not just in Sheldon stories. Final thoughts. Montana Jordan said what many of us have been thinking. Missy Cooper deserves her own show. Her story is rich with potential, and fans are more than ready to follow her journey. In a universe that's always been about unique, complicated, lovable characters, Missy is the next logical step. So come on, CBS, give us Missy. The world is finally ready for the Cooper daughter to shine.